Hello, Sydneys. It is once again time for another Scream 6 update that we don't exactly know the title of yet. We know it's either Scream or Scream 6 or Scream 6 Roman numerals, but if you want to be even more exact, those Roman numerals seem to be part of the actual letters in the word, so it's actually Scrivium? This is my Ghostface motivation. But we actually have some exciting things to talk about here today, my Ghostface fans, because we have an actual leaked photo from Scream 6 of the main cast and crew. Not only just that, but thanks to some insider sources, we have an idea of what this crew is staring at, and it even blows my mind a little further, making me even more excited for Scream 6 Roman numerals. I'm gonna make that title work. So be sure you Scream fans in that comment section are letting me know your thoughts, theories, and speculation. We are set to get a trailer any day now, and with some of this new information, it makes Scream 6 all that more exciting to me. Alright, so today out of nowhere, this Scream 6 photo landed online of our main cast and crew from the movie, obviously looking like a bit of a leak. It's not an official photo. Like I was telling you guys in the last update, people have already seen a rough draft of the Scream 6 trailer, so this is most likely a screen grab from someone who saw the trailer and then leaked it online because, you know, when you have that kind of information, you kind of want to share it with the public. So thank you for sharing the Scream 6 goodness with us. And boy, is it something to behold here. First, let's go through the cast of characters we have here. Starting off here, off to the side, we got Chad, Sam, Mindy, what I'm being told is Gail. You can see her little forehead and hair there. Kirby, and I don't know why they put her in that wig. An actor by the name of Jack Champion, whose character name is Ethan in this movie. Tara, played by Jenna Ortega, and Dermot Mountley, who's going to be playing a cop in this movie. So this is really cool that all these characters are getting together. This is most likely towards the middle or maybe even the third act of the movie when they're like, all right, Ghostface is out there. We got to band together to make sure we don't get stabbed ourselves. And obviously this photo got me super excited. Any piece of Scream 6 content right now is just going to make me jump up and down. I think the main thing us diehard Scream fans are talking about is why they decided to put our Kirby Reed in a wig. I got so used to the way she looked in Scream 4, and either way, we can't exaggerate and pretend like this is another Gale Bang situation from Scream 3. It is not that bad. But now getting to the real meat and juice of this photo here, what are they staring at? What is going on in this photo? And well, we do have a couple of clues and insider information. And well, if you look very closely at this photo here, there's a couple of key marks surrounding them that give us an idea exactly where they are. Early on during the Scream 6 updates, we started to get some behind the scene photos that there will be a scene involving a theater that was going to be playing a marathon of the Stab movies. That's pretty interesting and something that's kind of familiar with Scream. We've had a movie theater setting where they're watching Stab, or just the group of kids watching a Stabathon in Woodsboro. So that really wasn't a big surprise to us here, but if you look at a lot of the markings from this theater that we've gotten behind the scene photos, a lot of those key details can be found here in this photo, with the lamps, the borders of the walls in the background, and even the chairs in the aisle they're walking. It's almost exactly this spot from that set, except here it looks like it's going to be more of an abandoned theater instead of one that's up and running and has people coming in and out. So what exactly would drive our cast and crew of characters to go to an abandoned theater? Well, thanks to viewer Annan here, who's been a reliable source for this Scream 6 updates and someone who says they have already seen the rough draft trailer, he says that the group is looking at a glass display of all the previous Ghostface killer costumes, but the masks are missing. Now that is an intriguing little detail here, because believe it or not, a couple months ago, before we even got this photo, we had something letting us know this was going to be a reality. I want to give a shout out to my boy Killjoy Jake here, who actually covered this photo a long time ago. I had no idea it even existed until I was doing research on this photo here, but thanks to a user who was on set taking a lot of behind the scene photos and sharing it with us, I'll leave their handle on the screen so you can go to their page. They have a ton of Scream 6 photos, none that I think are very spoilerish. They're just outside shots of where the movie was being filmed. One of them does get a glimpse of a crew member entering this abandoned movie theater, and you can see there are Ghostface robes on display like our inside sources telling us, meaning it seems very likely that's exactly what's happening here. The crew have stumbled on into this abandoned theater, who knows how, but they're looking at all the Ghostface costumes that have been worn by the previous killers from other movies, and their masks are gone. what is going on here? That is some exciting stuff. This could lend into maybe the theme of Scream 6, because, you know, every Scream movie has a bit of a commentary or thing they're poking fun at. The last movie was very much about toxic fandom, and I feel like since they already did kind of the stab motivation, fans going crazy, it would be a little odd if they did that again here. Like it was another obsessed stab fan that wants to recreate the movies, or just be one of the people that dresses up like the previous killers and is another copycat. Like, I feel like we want something maybe a little more different and original. I know some Scream fans are throwing out the idea that this is maybe a play on real life crime stories, that it's someone not necessarily obsessed with the stab movies, but with the actual killers themselves. And just like with people getting obsessed with like Jeffrey Dahmer with that new series that dress up like him, people even willing to bet tons of money to buy his actual glasses, the kills here just might be tied to someone obsessed with the real life crime and not necessarily the movie aspect of things. Still, I feel like maybe that's a little too similar. I hope it's a little bit different here, but still, was this movie theater maybe not abandoned at the beginning of the movie? Maybe this is actually the opening and they're playing homage to Scream 2, having it open up also in a theater. The first two kills of the movie go down here, and then of course, because it's a crime scene, they have to shut it down. And as the killer got away with killing those two people, he also took that opportunity to steal the masks that were on these mannequins on display. And according to viewer Annan here, he's saying that these aren't replicas, that these weren't the masks worn for the stab movies. These are supposed to be the masks that the actual killers wore. And so far, we've had 9 Ghostfaces throughout the series if you add them all up. So that's 9 masks missing. This, I think, could even back up the theory to the people wanting to believe the cult of Ghostface theory. Because, I mean, why steal all of those masks unless you're going to have someone in costume wearing all of those masks? Now, 9 killers, I think, would be an overkill and would be a huge reveal of just mask after mask. I think maybe they'll get like 3 or 4 tops in this movie if they go with that many. But you gotta admit, that intrigues us, man. That is one interesting mystery, that there's someone out there wanting to collect these masks and maybe just replicate further what Billy, Stu, and all these other killers did. This then brings me to the new Ghostface mask that we are hearing is showing up in this movie, and I should emphasize it's not necessarily new because it's actually the original mask. Viewer Annan here reveals that a detail that we'll see in the Scream 6 trailer is the trailer will confirm the killer, at least some of the time, wears an old, more worn version of the Ghostface mask. The best comparison I can think of is Michael's mask in Halloween 2018, though it's not that far gone. And we do have kind of a real-life Ghostface mask they sell that they call the zombie mask, that has kind of cracks and looks a little old. I should also preface this by saying for like the past 3 Scream movies, we have always heard reports like this, that there is a new mask in the movie. If we go back to Scream 4, there was early reports that we were going to get a Scarecrow mask. We were all excited to kind of see that. Well, some people were pissed that they were maybe going to see that, but then it turned out to be a deleted scene and they didn't include it into the movie. Then for Scream 5, we were hearing reports that there was a new mask, and it just turned out to be one scene where Matthew Lillard cameoed wearing the chrome face mask for Stab 8, not necessarily an actual scene in the movie that involved the real killers. And now here again with Scream 6 Roman numerals, we're hearing that it is the return of the Billy or Stu mask that the killer is gonna be wearing, looking a little old, little disheveled, some cracks and stuff whatnot in it. And look, there's a chunk of y'all that gets so mad every time I bring this up, but the clues are right in front of me. How do I not bring it up? What person would want to wear the original mask they wore when they were killing other than Stu? Like, come on, they're throwing it in my face. It's most likely not gonna happen in the movie. I'm fully aware there's like a 1% chance Stu is alive out there and will be part of these movies. But when you hear a detail like this, I gotta be crazy not to bring it up, alright? So, I'm sorry, Stu haters, but I have a little bit of hope. Who wouldn't want to see old Matthew Lillard stabbing around?
No.
End of the day, guys, it is just exciting to get some Scream 6 content. We are getting closer to a trailer here. I can't wait to react to it, then break it down for you guys. So you guys see this photo along with some of the details we've been provided. What's your thoughts? Love to read them all down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.